Had to go through it. That's an X-ray check because it's from India, obviously. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna have to talk to you like this because if I stand like this, lighting's pretty rough, and the lighting out here sucks in general, as you know, if you watch my videos. But today I'm going to talk about these gauges that I bought. I really don't like to go foreign on a classic car. I hate buying eBay, wherever it comes from. I'm not hating on any other country or nationality. I just feel like it's an American car. I try to keep them semi-period correct, and as far as the engine and all that goes, mostly. But here and there you pick up a part because it's going to be here in a day, and it's convenient, and it's a quarter of the price. So I found these gauges, and I really wanted to go like old school with the gauges, and even find something weird, like maybe out of an airplane or a boat. Something cool, which I may still do, in the future. I'm always looking for that stuff. But for now, I came across these gauges, and they're made in India, but they're Smith's gauges. They're replicas of Smith's gauges. It's like a tongue twister. But they're awesome looking on the pictures, as you can see. So I bought them, and they were only, I couldn't believe, how eBay is. You choose something on there to put in your cart, and then it shows you the same thing but for cheaper, and then you do that one, and then you find the same thing but for cheaper. There's like 40 different sellers selling these in all different colors, all different bundles. Some of them have different faces even, but I got this bundle, and I paid whatever, $40 for them or whatever. And I've seen other reviews where they test them, with drills and stuff, and the miles per hour, and the speedo works, and they have a tested sticker on all of them, which you'll see in the video. But it's, for what they are, I don't want to spend $1,000 on gauges and have this open concept. Like my car is never gonna have, I don't even know if I'm gonna put windows in it. It might have a plexiglass windshield, and that might be it. It's never going to have a roof. My head sticks almost out of the roof, so I can't really put a roof on there. And that's probably the reality of it. I don't want to have real expensive gauges in the car. If I had it in this car, it's weather sealed. It stays, it still gets hot and cold, and there's condensation, but it's not nearly going to be as bad as the Model A. So it is what it is. I don't care. For the amount of money that I bought them for, that's like 4 cups of coffee, and it's even if they were fake, it'd be cool just to have them to use as a template for when I make my dash. That's kind of the whole purpose. And then I can find better gauges as I go. But yeah, guys, I bought foreign gauges, and I'm sorry to hardcore pickers out there that are at these swap meets, and I plan on finding some cooler gauges in the future, but for this car, for what it is, these will work for now. And they still kind of look great, so it's a plus. If they looked horrible, I wouldn't have got them. But let's check them out. Alright, so here's what we have on top of a messy counter. Pardon the messy counter. But yeah, so these are all the gauges. I haven't opened any of these yet, so this one looks like it wants to be open because it's already half open. So let's check this one out. Not all these are abbreviated, that's oil. Obviously there's RPM, but we'll check this one out first. This, if I can do it with one hand. Let's see. This is really hard to believe. I really don't know. My expectations are not high at all. At best, if these things were just like replicas that would fill the holes in my dash, that's basically what I'm buying some of these for. Because I don't even know if I'm going to hook them all up, but we'll see. So far, so good. I'm going to get better shots of these too. Alright, so it's pretty much as expected. And it's, you know, it says it passed the inspection or the test. So we'll see. Yeah, it had a little bit of some like residue on the glass that I wiped off, but you know, whatever. These things that, like, if you buy these individually, I think you can buy this for like $7 on eBay, which is insane to me. Like I said, if none of these work, like, I don't even care. If they look nice. Like, just to buy fake ones for that cheap, you know, is kind of worth it. Not that you want fake gauges, but you know, just to fill the holes, you know, to complete your dash. And if they sort of work, then I'll be happy. Here's our fuel, and it didn't have the weird residue on it. Just some fingerprints and some dust, but I'm not complaining. Let's see if this one has it tested. Yeah, I mean, they're all supposedly tested to India standards. I don't know, you know, how accurate, but I've seen a few other reviews on these. I watched the reviews after I bought them, which isn't really a good idea, but I was waiting for them, and they seemed all right. And so I you know, because I could have canceled it, and I can always return these, but I'm not going to return them to India. I figure it's like a $30 loss. Worst has happened during a car build, but yeah, we'll see. I hope that these all work out, because that would be really cool, and it would be really cool for all of you guys as well, I believe, because you guys can grab these for really cheap. All right, so here's the oil. All right, and there we have the oil. Yeah, so I thought maybe there was 2 in here because it was a long box, but I forgot. I already opened 3, so I only have 4 small ones. Now you can get this kit with 5. I forget what the other. I think it's like oil pressure, water temperature, oil temperature. I don't know. There's 5 of them though. I forget what the other one is, but yeah. And so far everything's looking great here. I don't know. Who am I to say? But you know, like I said, even if these just go in there for looks, I'm cool with that. Let's open up one of the bigger guys here. So here we have our Speedo, and it looks like it's been tested because there's 2 miles on it, and I've seen people hook drills up to these and run them, and they're pretty accurate. Like, I know that these ones are the real deal because I've seen them work in action on other reviews, so you can take my word for it. Hopefully this one works, but it was clearly tested. It clearly started to work, so we'll see. This, you know, every box I open I keep saying the same thing, but like it's too good to be true. Like, even for fake ones, just for everybody knows how expensive everything is these days. Like, even just to make these fake, like the material to keep the lights on in the factory, like I don't know how I don't know how these were even manufactured for. I know it's India and the US dollar is, you know, ridiculous right now, but it's just kind of hard to believe. Some good old fingerprints on there, and then you can see like the quality, you know, it's a little rough, you know, if you really look close, but at the same time I'll wipe this down, and you know, this one's tested as well, but yeah, I don't know how. The smell coming from these is horrendous though. It smells like some kind of a strong chemical, and you know, Usually, I guess because we're so used to being screwed at every corner in America, as far as, you know, everything's expensive and ridiculous. Like even a pack of gum these days, like you could literally buy a gauge for the price of a coffee, you know. So it's pretty crazy, you know, all you coffee drinkers out there that are into hot rods, you know. Think about that. You could get all these, each one of these for a cup of coffee at Starbucks, you know, and it's pretty wild.